Thank you, Joe. It's hard to imagine doing an ice bucket challenge now in our bitter cold, but this summer, that's all anyone could talk about. After all of those challenges and the money raised, we caught up with someone living with the disease those efforts aim to support. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS. ALS is slowly destroying the body of this Cedar Rapids man, a veteran and father. Troy Musser is 32 years old and served tours of duty in Iraq and Afghanistan. Doctors diagnosed him with the disease 3 years ago. KCRG TV9's Chris Earl met with him and joins us now in the studio with his story. Chris?
Well, Beth, the Ice Bucket Challenge has raised more than $100 million just this summer and became a fundraising phenomenon on social media. Yet the cold reality remains for those with ALS. We wanted to do a story about this disease where there is no cure and the body eventually shuts down, even while the mind stays sharp. Troy Musser agreed to meet with us and show us all of this. His mind is sharp, but his body is fading. The wheelchair ramp outside of Troy Musser's house in Cedar Rapids reveals the constant battle within the house. 2.5 years ago, we first met Troy, just 30 at the time. 6 months after,
I was diagnosed in October of 2011.
Staff Sergeant Troy Musser had returned from Afghanistan to this diagnosis, which helped explain why some of his muscles were twitching then. One of his biggest issues in that story, just tying his shoes. Today, ALS leaves an imprint on nearly everything. He's proud his legs still work, but he needs a hand because of his hands.
What is not working very well is my arms and fingers.
Troy can still eat whenever he wants, but needs someone else now to feed him.
Obviously,
You can feel the effort, the exhaustion from every syllable.
my speech is going.
This from a man who played football and wrestled at North Cedar. He earned the nickname The Machine while in the Army National Guard for his physical feats, 123 push-ups in 2 minutes. Now a task that should be so easy, moving from a chair to his bed, requires this apparatus and so much time. An armada of pills to try to slow the decline within. Troy Musser should be in the sweet spot of life, a veteran who survived war zones, the father of 2 young children, a 4-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son. Both live with their mother now, but do visit him at least twice a week.
I am still just a normal person, just living a different life than they are.
Yet he will not go away, even if people might turn away. Troy wants people to know about ALS. He called the Ice Bucket Challenges absolutely amazing with all the money, the awareness that flowed in. ALS has not taken everything away from Troy. He knows he's trapped in this broken body that is slowly failing, but look into his eyes, hear the occasional laugh, and you'll hear a vibrant man. And you'll catch the humor. He said there is one food
Cake.
that he has real trouble eating. So maybe don't get you a birthday cake here in 2 weeks when you turn 33, right? That's,
I'll still eat it.
Troy wants to live an open life with ALS and encourages people to talk to him when they see him, to ask him questions, to keep learning more. He wants to stay in his home for as long as possible. We did also reach out to a hospice specialist who does work with ALS patients to try to ease the physical burden as the body does shut down for the final time. The last weeks for an ALS patient can be particularly jarring as breathing becomes more and more shallow.
So towards the last few weeks or days, you will see people maybe have more shortness of breath that we can treat with medications. Definitely narcotics help. Morphine especially is helpful in the last few days and hours. Takes away that sensation of feeling short of breath.
And we want to offer a special and heartfelt thank you to Troy Musser for showing us how ALS is tearing apart his body. On my online story on KCRG.com, I've included more information on how ALS spreads, the financial boost from all those Ice Bucket Challenges, as well as links to the Iowa chapter of the ALS Association. Beth, a good story that he was able to really share with us because really just wants to make it authentic and to show that this really is affecting him in so many ways.
An honest story.